All right, guys, I'm kind of throwing something out there that they haven't announced yet. Tag Team Championship match with the Shield against Mark Henry and Big Show. And it's unofficial. That's why right now there's probably not an actual picture up here for it on the YouTube thing. But it seems like to me that they're going to end up doing something where they announce this on the pre-show more than anything else. If not, then if they go the route that Jester suggestion, what did you say that they seem to be doing more?
It seems like what's going to happen is the RVD and Ambrose match is going to have a sketchy finish with the Shield and Big Show and Henry all getting involved because they're all supposed to be at ringside for the match. They made a big deal about that on SmackDown. They hyped it a lot. They were saying how Big Show and Henry are going to have RVD's back and the Shield's going to be out there for Ambrose, and they're really hyping that. So what I think is going to happen is something screwy, and then we'll see that makes the matches for Night of Champions in September. If the tag title match is going to happen at SummerSlam, I think you're right. I think something has to happen where that match gets added because they get involved. But I think if a match gets added at the last minute, that actually might make the Shield lose the tag titles if that happens. But I think they're going to hold it off until Night of Champions.
I hope so.
I really feel strongly about that.
And I think that they are going to lose the titles
At SummerSlam,
Yep.
if the match happens. If the match happens, I agree.
Yeah. Well, if the
But-
match happens, then they can't. But
Well, yeah, but
but I do think that there's a really good chance that Mark Henry and Big Show walk out with the tag titles because if they are kind of devaluing the Shield and they're looking for somebody who could beat the Shield and not make them look bad, other than the Wyatts, Mark Henry and Big Show are the next best options because Tons of Funk, they're not going to fucking do it.
What are you talking about?
The Usos got a big push out of this, but nobody was really expecting the Usos to win.
yeah.
The primetime players, they're heels. 3MB's a joke, and they're heel anyway. So there's really nobody else set up. And when you have two of the huge main event type of guys facing you, if you lose, it doesn't make you look bad at all. So,
Excuse me, the Real Americans.
well, they're heels, and they're not really doing much now anyway.
I was
I know,
literally
I know,
going to type
I
in
know.
the chat how you mentioned the primetime players and didn't mention the Real Americans just to get under Miguel's skin. It's
Yeah,
really
I know.
funny.
I know. That's why I had to bring them up because I have to at least keep up hope. I'm gonna be making a substitution at the end of this recording. I think I've got to do something.
He's in the lead, so.
American man.
But yeah, I do think that we're gonna have this match. I don't think it's gonna be a long match either. I think that this is gonna be something that they add, and the people that would really want to see this match are gonna be disappointed. But you're gonna get the real match at Night of Champions because they're gonna get the rematch clause that'll happen afterward. I'm a little bit hesitant to think that all three members of the Shield are gonna lose their titles at SummerSlam, and I did say that I do think that RVD could win the title, but I think if they add this match onto it, we're going to see some kind of a screwy finish with the pre-show, and then we're going to get that announcement of, well, you know what? If you think that you can get away with this, we're going to have a tag team title match with Mark Henry and the Big Show, and on ringside, it's going to be Ambrose and RVD. And then you'll see Ambrose retain via disqualification or something like that, with RVD winning, because that's how they're obviously going to be the ones that interfere more so than Big Show and Mark Henry. And then you'll see the same kind of thing happen, but in the second go around, RVD is going to do something to like Seth Rollins or whatever, and then Big Show and Mark Henry are going to get the pin and they're going to get the titles.
I think for everyone who's using the Shield maybe getting a D push because of the Wyatt family rumor thing as a basis for all these Shield losses, a few weeks ago, did the Shield not beat the piss out of John Cena and Daniel Bryan at the end of Raw and stand tall? It doesn't seem like people who are going downward spiral, you know. They may not have had any big-time feuds since they've won the championships, but that's nothing to do with the Shield. That's just WWE not paying enough attention to the mid-card belts. They're definitely high on the Shield. I think that the only reason you would have Rollins and Reigns drop the titles to Big Show and Mark Henry, which just seems like a random pairing, considering those two hated each other for months, is the fact that when you add a match at the last minute to a pay-per-view, it's got to be quick, and Rollins and Reigns quickly beating Big Show and Henry doesn't make sense. But, like, out of nowhere knockout punch that Rollins doesn't see coming could be a quick tag title loss for them. And also the fact that if you add the match at the last minute, having a title change gives it a reason to happen. Why throw the match on the card and then have the Shield just retain? If Big Show and Henry win the titles in a quick, like, they didn't really beat them, oh, Big Show caught him out of nowhere, then they win the titles, then they can have the rematch at Night of Champions and figure out what they want to do with them then. Right. But I don't think that match happens unless something screwy happens with Ambrose and RVD.
I'd rather it didn't happen at all.
Yeah, I don't think they need to just throw another match on the card just for fuck's sake. Like, I think that keeping the belts on them for a little bit longer is fine, and hey, if they want to push the Wyatt family, why not have the Wyatts and the Shield feud with each other in the near future? That'd be cool. You know, I don't think it would be too hard to make the Shield turn, not necessarily face. They're already pretty big crowd favorites. Every time that beginning of that music hits, the crowd goes nuts. Like, I think they're very popular, so I don't see a big reason for this match to even happen. But if it does happen, Tony's probably right. Big Show and Henry are probably going to win.
Anybody have any weird insight into this match, or should we just go around the horn?
Around the horn.
All right, Miguel, who's winning? Or are they even doing this match?
I guess if they're you know what? I could see a feud like this maybe continuing, to make the Shield look better. I don't think that the big guys are gonna win the belts. I think they're gonna keep this going till maybe at least Night of Champions. So I'm gonna go with, if they do this matchup, I'm gonna go with the Shield.
Braden?
I'm hoping and think that it's not going to happen at all. SummerSlam's too quick. Wait to the next pay-per-view to build up something like this. I'd rather it not be tacked onto the card last second, literally.
Jester?
I don't think the match is happening either, but if it does, then probably the big gorillas probably win the titles.
Drew?
I don't think the match will happen, but if it does, I will go with the Shield, and I'll go with they will build this on to Night of Champions.
Brian?
If it happens, Shield. If it doesn't, meh.
All right, but I'm going to go that it does happen, and that, what was it, the dancing gorillas?
Yeah, there you go.
The big gorillas.
Big, but dancing works better, so there you
go.
No.
The dancing bears belongs to Brodus Clay.
Wait, do you mean the pillow fluffers?
And I was about to say, if I was going to get my way, I would have insert the Dancing Bears into this match, and the Dancing Bears would win the titles off them. Because Lord Tensai deserves it.
I don't think the ring can handle that much size.
Do you know what it is?
What are you talking about?
The sexual stoppers. There you go.
The sexual show.
Alternatively, you could call them the cock blockers.
You could just call them the sexual show, man.
The sexual show.
The sexual show. Team porno.
PG era. Melina joins the team. Next up, we're going to talk about kind of throwaway kind of situation. Natalya versus Brie Bella in part 11.